Friday the 27th.
Yes.
May 27th. And we are Three Sisters Knit. This is episode 80.
Yay.
I am Sheila, and you can find me on Ravelry as Shishi62 and on Instagram under Three Sisters Knit.
And I'm Margaret, and you can find me on Ravelry as Magpie60.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can't believe it. We've got, it's only been 2 weeks and we're doing it again. We're doing it again. So, I don't know if we're going to get back in the swing of this, but it's fun. We're glad we're back. And
so glad. And thank you all for the wonderful comments.
Yes.
It was so nice that we can finally do this again.
Yeah.
So we're just extremely, extremely happy that we can get this happening.
Yeah, and we're
again.
really pleased and honored that you guys are so
loyal.
supportive and loyal and encouraging us to come back. So
yes,
we are back.
That's part of it.
As usual, I have one thing to talk about and Sheila has a few things to talk about. So we'll get started on I'll do mine and then Sheila can go through a lot of hers. So last time I mentioned I was working on that fern and feather sweater. So I'm making mine as a crop version.
Yes.
So I have made modifications, but I have made some progress on it. So I'm quite pleased with how far I've come with it.
Yes.
I'll hold it a little closer just so you can see kind of the pattern and how the color looks. I'm really pleased. And I've cast off because I'm having short sleeves as well as a crop. So that is where I'm at on that. Yep. And I probably only have a few more inches. What I've done is I made myself a crop, the gray one that I designed for myself. I really like the length of that one. So what I've done is I've measured sort of from the armpit to where it is. So I know how many just plain knitting before I start the ribbing. So that's the length I'm going for. Mm-hmm. I'm also doing the helical knitting. Yes. So I'm using the 2 balls. So this ball is almost done because that's the one that I used when I was doing the color work as part of the yoke. And so this one is going to run out pretty quickly, and then I'll just do the last rows in just the one. Now I do have the option, if I'm concerned about the length, I do have the option of making the ribbing out of this that's been used as my contrast color in the yoke. I think it would go. It would work. I don't really want to do that. Because I just don't want that break.
Okay.
So we'll see. But it's getting really close. I'm so pleased with how it's turning out.
Yes.
I'm loving the color. I love this helical knitting because, when you see the balls together, you think, oh, these look identical. But you can kind of see
when it's indie dyed yarn.
Yeah, you can really tell the difference in the color there.
Yeah, you can see it gives it a texture. Because of the variation of how it absorbed the color.
Yeah, so I'm really happy that I decided to do the helical rather than just to finish the one ball and move to the next one. It just it's going to make it look much nicer so that when it does eventually just go into the final ball.
Yes.
It might not look quite as stark a change.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, it's coming along nicely, and I'm hoping that by the next time we do this, I will have it completely finished. Yes. But the fact that I'm still working away on it, and I'm actually looking at other...
Enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah. I'm looking at other knitting patterns
to possibly do
next. And so I'm sort of feeling like I'm getting back into it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, in the next month, I'll be getting some freelance editing projects, so I know that my time will be a little more limited, but still, it's nice to sort of feel like I'm kind of getting back into my groove.
Yes. Well, I know Kay, the Crazy Sock Lady, she does 30 minutes of knitting every morning. She gets up, and that's what she does. She gets up, she has her coffee, and she does knitting. She puts a timer on, and she does her knitting, and that's
what she does every day. If she finds more time,
if she finds more time, she does more.
Yeah.
But especially if she's got a project that she really just wants to focus on it, she does it that 30 minutes, and that helps really move the project along. Yeah. So you can always do that. Like, I know you get busy with your editing, but you can just say, okay, you know what, this is going to be my 30 minutes of knitting a day, and you just do that initially.
For me, I need to do that for not just knitting, but I also want to be, okay, I want to...
You do some yoga.
I want to do, which actually takes, at least an hour or so.
Yes.
And then if I'm like going to be posting photos to Instagram, then that takes time, like organizing all of that. But also, I want to be reading and I want to do art. Yes. So it's sort of like this is the thing. I need like 8 hours before myself before she can actually do my work. Yeah. And since, it just doesn't, nobody has that kind of time. But that's the timer thing is the way to do it.
Yeah. Just limit yourself. Okay, I'll do my yoga. I'll have
coffee and breakfast after that.
Yeah. Then you can maybe say, okay, so for the next 4 hours, I'm going to edit.
Yeah.
And then, okay, we're going to have lunch. So attach lunch, add 30 minutes.
Because by the time I actually get up and do my yoga and get dressed and have breakfast, it's like 11 o'clock.
I know, me too.
So, and I'm not a morning person, but in the summer I can get up a little earlier than usual. But my natural wake up time is like between 7 and 7:30 in the morning.
Oh, mine lately, because I'm very sensitive to the light when it comes in. As soon as it starts getting light, and I wear an eye blind, but they never cover completely. There's always that little bit that creeps in. That's it. All of a sudden, I'll just sort of roll over, and it's like,
it's bright.
Even with the thing over my eyes, and and that just wakes me up. As much as I'm saying I've had 5 hours sleep, I need more.
Yeah.
I can't get back to sleep. It takes me 2 hours if I want, lying there tossing and turning and what have you. So that's anywhere between 7:30 and 9. Yeah. 9:30.
Yeah.
So, and generally, like when I know when they call, you have to make an appointment, you're like, oh, well, I have all these openings. I had my eyes checked and that, and they're like, oh, well, we have an opening at 7:30 in the morning. I said, I'm not even up then. No. So I said, maybe a little later in the morning.
Yeah.
I really don't want to take an appointment before 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, whenever people say, oh, you can, what's a good time for you? I'm always like, after 10:30.
Yeah. Yeah. And generally a lot of my appointments are like lunch around like the late midday. Morning, midday. And I'm fine afternoon. I'm good that time, but just don't give me anything before 9:30.
I'm so not a morning person.
I know.
And
we're night owls too, in a way. We're more
which
night
is
owls.
part of it. But it's sort of like I keep trying to be more consistent with my bedtime and my wake up time. Yeah. Because I like you, when it gets brighter in the summer earlier. I tend to get up earlier. Like I'm like, oh, I'm awake. I can get up. Yeah. And I'm not a jump out of bed. It's morning. I'm going to get started on my day. That's not me. I'm
absolutely not. Not
lie there. I'm awake. I should get up. Kind of person.
I know.
So, but yeah, I'm trying to be more consistent, but it's like fighting my natural circadian rhythm.
Yes, exactly.
Which is to stay up late and get up late.
Really drag my ass out of bed every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every day, no matter what day it is of the week, I drag it out of bed. It's like, oh, I have to get up. I'm awake. I know. And I basically, it's like, well, I'm awake. I can't sleep. So what am I going to... I finished a book. I finished my Echo in the Bone, the Diane Gabaldon. And so the next one is... Go Tell It to the Bees. Yeah. That I'm still alive or something like that. Okay. I have to get the book, but I'm going to read. That'll be one. And I've been doing my reading first thing in the morning. I'll read like a chapter or two. I will try and read
over while I'm having my breakfast.
And I just sit in bed. I sit in bed and read. Because I thought the minute I get out of bed and out of my bedroom, that's it. I rarely go into my bedroom again.
Yeah, once I'm the same.
Washed and dressed, that's it. I'm done. I'm out of my bedroom. Yeah. And so that's why I try to do it then. Because if I do it at night, I'm like I'll get like 2 pages and it'll take me forever. Yes. At least I can read a chapter or two.
And a lot of times when you do read at night, when you go to pick it up to start, you're like, you have to reread it because you've kind of half slept. Like this brain fog at late at night.
But I I do word fill-in puzzles when I go to bed at night.
Like crossword puzzle type?
Yeah, but like all the things are blank. You're given all the words and you're given a beginning word.
Oh, okay.
And then you have to fill in all the other things from there.
Right.
So you have to count the number of spaces. Okay, well this number is in the 4th space of an 8 space word. You look at the 8 space words and you go down. You like go, okay, this one has it, and this one has it. So you hope that there's only the one that has that. So, but yeah, that's what I do. It's to me that sort of brings my mind down.
Yeah. So
that I can really focus on going to sleep when I get into bed, because I sleep terribly all the time. I don't even drink caffeine. Yeah. I stopped that years ago. Yeah. But and it just hasn't made much difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I need to try taking some melatonin.
Yeah.
So see if that helps.
Yeah, I've heard that's
because
helpful.
I don't feel I have a good as we were talking about this last night at midnight, effective sleep. Mm-hmm. I sleep, but I don't know. It doesn't feel effective because I always feel, why do I still feel tired? Even if you don't feel hours,
rested.
I never feel rested when I get up in the morning. Yeah, and I've had the odd time I've actually felt rested, and it's like, wow, this is such an amazing feeling. Yeah. And I just don't have that most of the time. I probably have maybe one restful sleep a year. Yeah. Oh, that's not good. I know. I know. That's so not good for you. But that's just how it is. Mm-hmm. So, but anyways, one of the things I was working on, I have an FO. Yes. My Niviol t-shirt. My Niviol top. There we go. And there's the hem. I did the split hem. Which longer, was your my own design. Variation on the pattern. It was supposed to be a rolled. You just knit a few rows and then you just stocking stitch and then just let it roll. Yeah. And you do that with the arms. I didn't want that with the base. I want to show you the pattern on the sleeve though. Yeah, that's really pretty. I really, really like it. It's simple, but it gives the T on both the shoulders. More of a I don't know. It gives it some more interest. It's funny because I'm not I'm not really a sweater knitter, but it's gorgeous. I picked this sweater, think, oh, I like this one. This is really nice. Well, don't you provisional cast on? You do the shoulder, these shoulder bits first. Yeah. So you provisional cast on, you knit, then you put the stitches on hold. Yeah. Then you do the other shoulder. Yeah. Provisional cast on, then you do the back and you put them through, cast on a whole bunch of stitches, put them through, and then you do a certain point. Yeah. Then you have to do the same to the front. Side. Yeah. And then you join at the underarms. So it's a complicated. It is. It's a lot more complicated. Yeah. But then it's just knitting around. You just knit. And I did, which is a great thing at that point. It's great for knit nights or traveling. It was really difficult at the very beginning to just it was really fiddly, and I'm like, why the hell am I doing this? Yes. But I really, really like it. I'm really happy with it. I like the color. Yes, it turned out. There's a small bit. I think there's only 5% stellina. So, but there is a sparkle. Yeah, there is a little bit of a sparkle, but not much. It's hard to really see it, but and I love it. It's warm enough without being overheated. Yeah. And me with my neck being cold, if I just wear a scarf around my neck or one of my shawls or something like that around my neck, I'm fine. Mm-hmm. So. Mm-hmm. I'm very happy with it, extremely happy with how it turned out. I'm very, very pleased. And I really like how the split hem turned out. I like that too. I love a split hem. I find it very, it's flattering and it's comfortable because I don't have to worry about that because it can ride up and it stays because it's so snug. Yeah. 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 You don't get that. And I think, I really like that. Well, for me, and I think for you too, you're bigger down here. Yeah. It just it happens. Mm-hmm. But even when we were younger, we had bigger hips. So getting things to fit properly, it's nice that you can make a simple adjustment like that. Yeah, yeah. And it's comfortable and it still looks really cool. Yes. It looks very stylish. I think it looks fine with it. It doesn't take away from the sweater. No. I think it's really, I really like it. And I'm very, very happy. Very, very happy with it. One of the other things I was going to show that I did or I'm in the process of making. It's called the Nettle Tea.
I love that pattern. I think it's very
by
cool.
Sheila Toy Stromberg. And it's hard to see. I'll show this picture of it is probably the best you can see. It's got this at the very front. See? Right here. It's just drop stitches, yarn overs and drop stitches. And then it also has it at the bottom part right here.
Yeah, near the hem on the outside of the hip.
So it stretches at that hip area.
Yeah.
So I started it, and I had the front started, and I had started the back. And then you are to join for the underarm, knit a few rows, and then you join the straps. I did it. To me, it could have been written maybe just a tad clearer, because I'm looking at it 2 inches of ease, 2 inches, and then I'd be like, no, it's not a hyphen. This is the only part I'm going to show, but it says -2 inches of ease. Or -5 centimeters of ease. I wish it had said even having the minus, but 2 inches of negative ease.
Like spelled out.
Yeah, spelled out, and not just shown like that, because the negative could be construed as a hyphen, is what we were thinking last, or a dash of some sort.
But you missed that.
I missed that.
Read it as a negative.
So I was trying to do the size that I wanted, and I'm going, well, this is going to be like really snug, right?
Yeah,
so I'm going
small.
up a size.
Yeah, so
that
you had knit all that, and then you had to...
Yes, I ripped it all out, and I have to restart.
Yeah.
So, but that's fine. And the yarn I'm using for that this is the color. It's called Haze.
It's really pretty. It's sort of like a mauve gray.
Yes, and it's by Audine Wools. It's one of our Knit Crate yarns that we got. Interlock. And it's a sport weight, and it's 34% cotton, 35% linen, 19% Lysol, and 11% nylon.
Oh, it's going to be super comfy and breathable.
Exactly. And 351 yards per 100 grams.
And so, we got how many?
And there's 2 skeins.
Perfect.
And I only need... How much do I need? I need 600 yards for mine, and so I've got 700 yards.
Oh, perfect.
So I'll be able to do it for this, even going up the size. I'm still at 700, like 600 yards.
That's
because
excellent.
the other one was 550, and so I went up a size, so it's just 50 extra yards. I'm like, I can do this.
Yeah, that's great.
So that's my next project that I am working on. I have finished. I did a test knit. I think I was telling you I was doing a test knit, and it's
for socks.
For socks, it's called the Stay Cool Shorty Socks, and the pattern's by Yarn Treat. So she's going to be bringing it out, but this is what I've done. It's a colorwork sock. I went up a needle size here. It's written
for in this section.
Just in the colorwork section. It's you'd use a 2.25 for the rest of the sock. And I did a 2.5 for this. And I tried to knit loosely. And it fits on my foot. The gray part, I didn't have, because the way she words it, you're supposed to knit till you have a certain amount left on your foot. And then you knit the pattern. Well, I thought, well, that's fine enough. And it right in the middle of the sock, I wanted it in the middle and not more up here.
Yeah.
So I used a bit more gray. So I used pretty much all the gray I had. And then I thought, well, the blue was really only in this center part. So I put the toes blue.
Oh.
So...
It looks great though.
Yes.
I love the pattern is really fun.
It is. It's cute because this is as per pattern. It's all all the color. It's all done as per the pattern, except I added more gray for this, because of the way I positioned this. Yeah, you would have used a lot less gray. So I thought, well, this is fine.
So the pattern probably originally called for that to be around here.
It's hard to say. The picture didn't really show too much of it. It shows the picture of it, and to me, I thought that looked like the picture, but apparently it's not from what the instructions are. And also, these are the pattern. It has the heel, but you knit that as you go. It's kind of like the same heel in the Toe Up Twins sock pattern.
Okay, I don't think I've done that, but yeah.
I've done that.
You've done that one. Yeah.
That's the main pattern that I use, and I love that sort of a heel. I think this is actually, when I look at it and I look at the ones from Denise, I think this is actually called a shadow wrap heel.
Okay.
So where you pick up, because you do the short rows and the wrap and turns, and then when you're you do it the decrease down, but as you're increasing, when you pick up the stitch and the shadow wraps, because as you go to the end, you wrap and turn. So you get a second wrap on that same wrap and turn, and then you pick up all three of those, and you knit and you do it that way. And I like how the actual stitching up the heel looks with that, and I find it's a much sturdier seam line there than some of the other ones, because I've seen some other heels and I didn't like them. I thought they looked rather weak, I guess you could say. They look like they would come apart. So even though they don't, but there's the way your foot stretches the yarn in that, it seems to open up when you're joining it back together again, when you're doing the from the decreasing to the increasing. So, but that's the kind, and if I'm gonna do, but for me,
I love the yellow and the gray with the blue.
It's just so wow. Now for me, I followed the pattern as like pretty much exactly, other than that one measurement, and what I did was for me, this type of heel, I add, if I was to do it my own way, I would add about 10 more rows of just the stockinette after the ribbing. Because I find that this...
You don't want to go right from cuff to heel.
It literally, it goes on my foot, and you can see that it pulls down at the back, and I like it looking more even around as it rests on your foot, and not have it like one down here and one up here. You're going to have it up. Stockinette, and then the ribbing up here. So, but yeah, so that's just my preference for me. But other than that, the pattern was easy to follow. I really liked it. It was fun, and there's only one row where you literally have all three colors in it, I think. It looks like it. Just where you're switching over. So, but yeah, that's it. It's actually, I love that pattern on it. It's a sweet little pattern. That color work pattern is really lovely. Just the diamonds, like it looks like wavy water. Wavy water, and then the diamonds. I like that. I'll get you to try them on after, see what you think of them, because I know you like your socks just a tad snugger than mine. So, but yeah, so that is another FO that I've done. I did make, I've got to look this up. I think I've got a picture of it somewhere. It is, I said I did the two, for my granddaughters, I did what's called the Verde cardigan. But for my grandsons, I joined it in the round and made them pullovers. There we go. There was one. Let me get the picture. Full screen. There we go. Where is it? It's coming. It's coming. It's being slow. There we go. Okay, that was the first one I made. So I made that for my 4-year-old grandson, and I did the biggest size. I added about an inch to the bottom and an inch to the arms. And it's supposed to be a cardigan where you knit back and forth, but what I did was you can see the top, how I didn't add, it's just plain, the way, because you're supposed to pick up the stitches for the button band. I did not do that for this one, but I did it for this one. And I didn't have enough yarn left, which I found very upsetting. So I had to go and buy a skein, some yarn to knit that sweater, but I did it in the gray because I wanted them to match. So this is his cardigan, or his pullover. And what I did was I did I knit the 3 stitches on either end of the main pattern here. I did 3 stitches on either end, and it was just garter.
Yes.
So that it just sort of looked more finished than the other one, but it looked really, really good, and I was very happy with that. So.
And did you make it like a button band?
Yeah, it looks sort of like a button band, but there's no buttons on it. It's
did you just did sew it together so that it...
I just joined it. Were you supposed to join for the underarms? That was where I actually joined it at the front.
No, I mean, did you sew it down? No, so it just lies flat like that.
Yes, when I was joining it, I did where you put the 2 needles together like this, and I knit the stitches.
Yeah.
So that when it opened up, it was like the stitches were like one on top of the other this way. Oh, okay. So that it looked laid flat.
It lays flat. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm very happy with it because I think I did a very good job of that. So
that's one of the cool things is how you can modify, like I'm doing with my sweater, is how you just decide, I'm just going to modify it like this and this.
You can see there how I did it. Yeah. Let's see.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I also slip the stitches. One of the things because I think it gives it a nice finished edge, I slip the first stitch. Mm-hmm. And it gets knit back on the next row. Mm-hmm. And it just gives it a nice finished edge. Yes. So, and they loved the sweaters. Absolutely loved the sweaters.
Excellent.
So, yes, I'm very happy with that. Oh, this thing, I need a new thing to hold my iPad because it keeps falling out of that, and now I've got a big crack in the screen. So, other than that, that's that. But for FOs, I wanted to show you some of the other ones because I said I did a test knit, and this is the one I did the test knit from. This is the C2 or the spring to summer shawl that I made from Leah Michelle Designs. Mm-hmm. So this is the one, and this is the one my friend wants.
It's gorgeous.
So 3 skeins. And it's one of these asymmetrical triangle shawls. Mm-hmm. And I just love how the colors work together. It just looked so nice. Yeah, a little bit of the lace work, but it's basically garter.
Yeah, going down to Florida and in Florida.
Yes, when we went down in October.
And I remember thinking, these colors are
like
such Florida colors.
Such Florida colors. Yeah. I know, they were perfect. They were absolutely perfect. So I really like it. It was such a great shawl and it really was a good stash buster using 3 skeins. Yes. So that was one. And then when I went down this time, I bought, when we did our road trip, which I think is episode 20...
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Or 7 or 27. I don't know. Around there. That was many moons ago. Yeah. When we first started podcasting. I bought from Quarry Fibers. Yes. And it was one of her gradient skeins. Kits. So I got gradient kits. It had 8 25-gram minis. I think 25 grams. Yeah. So, and each of them had 100 yards in it, and they were all from the grays. So I started with the darkest. I've got these tied together, but because that's how I wore it. I started with the darkest one. I made sure I put little things on them and made sure it was like, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Because you can tell, but there's still, you just want to be sure. Mm-hmm. So I started with the darkest, and this pattern is called the Scrappy Bias Shawl. So you can do it, if you have a gradient kit, you can do it. Gradient minis, you can do your own gradient. Yeah. And I just knit until I was almost done. And I'm just trying to see, because some of them it shows
where you can see here you can see it.
You do it that way, but if I turn it over this way, it doesn't show as much. Yeah. So, and it just depends on which side. See, this is obviously, I did it on a different side from here on, but the rest of it looks really good. And I did the grays. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's also, and this is a free pattern. So starting with the dark and going to the light towards Margaret there. Yeah. And then this last one here, I wanted, which you just basically have to continue knitting, is Typewriter by Hedgehog Fibers. I just didn't have anything light enough, and I wanted to add that little bit more, and I think that that really helps.
It's a kind of a fun, because it's speckled, it's kind of a fun way to end it. And just kind of give it a little bit of something different.
I'm just so happy with it, and it turned out beautifully. It did, and it's gray, so it goes with everything. Such a neutral. It goes with so much, which is fabulous. Mm-hmm. And I love big ones because I love lots of. And a lot of people think shawls in Florida. Shawls are great. Well, everything's air conditioned. If you want to go inside, I like having something around my neck.
And the nice thing about a shawl, see, this is something that I found for myself, is I don't like a lot of stuff around my neck. Like, I don't wear turtlenecks. You wear turtlenecks.
I love turtlenecks.
I don't like turtlenecks, mock necks. I don't even really wear crew neck t-shirts because I just don't like. So for me, a shawl is the perfect thing, because if I do feel chilly and I put it on, it's easy to remove it and just like have it maybe on my shoulders or something, so I'm not so I don't feel strangled. So I love a shawl, and the same as you. And plus, when you went down in January, they were having a bit of a chilly spell, right?
February especially, it was quite cool in February, especially cool. Like at night, it was going down to the. It was going down to like the low 30s in the evenings into overnight.
So you would. We did. You can wear a shawl in Florida. Certain times of the year. Like, not this time and people or in the summer. But...
even though it's sunny and it's warm in the sun, to me, a breeze. Like I don't like it windy. I want a gentle breeze. I don't want wind. Two different things. Because I can sit out here and it can be 90 degrees on my deck because it gets a lot of sun in the morning until about 2 in the afternoon. It can be 90 degrees. If there's a wind coming off the lake, I'm freezing. Which my husband thinks is so weird, but I literally will have goosebumps because I'm so cold. I'm just sensitive to that. I hate breezes. Like he loves having a fan. And I know so many women, they love having a fan, feeling that. I'm like, no.
I don't like the fan.
No.
I
literally will have sheets up to here even in the middle of summer.
Oh, me too. Me too. And I don't have air conditioning, and neither do
I. No.
So,
no. We do have a fan in the room to help keep the air circulated.
Yeah, same with us.
And I just don't want to feel that on me.
Yeah, my husband's just like, I'm so hot, and I'm just like, I've got a cover, a sheet, and I have this like cotton chenille, like one of those old it was Mom's, right? Yeah. She had it hadn't even been out of the package. So, but it was one of those cotton chenille things, and I have that and a sheet, and then I have them on me, especially if there's a fan. Yeah. I might have a moment where I'm like, oh, I feel too warm. Yeah. But then I'm always like 5 minutes later.
That's exactly me. I'll get too hot. I'll light a little bit. And it's like, oh, this is really nice. And then less than 5 minutes, I'm like, they're back up
I'm cold.
Yeah. Yeah. But the Scrappy Shawl the Scrappy Bias Shawl is by Emily Clausen, and it is a free pattern. So So the Verdi cardigan, which I turned into a pullover, is by YarnIt. WEKNITS, and so it is also a free pattern.
Yeah, they're a store in Toronto, but they offer quite a few free patterns, and I think they're on Ravelry. Wherever possible, I will try and provide links in the description.
So that was that's really good. So, and the Niviol top that I made, this one, is by SHELAG'S.
Yeah, no, I know.
And it is also a free pattern.
Yeah, no, we did talk about that last week because I remember typing it into the description.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So, but yay, so that's that. I've started a pair of socks.
Yeah, these are fun. You were just showing this to me, and
okay,
this
is
a really
the
fun
yarn
idea.
I bought down in Florida. This is it. And I've got it caked up.
Oh my god, I just love those colors. It's got so many colors.
Look at all those fabulous colors. Absolutely fabulous
colors. So it's going to be stripy?
It is a stripe. They call it a micro stripe.
Okay. Oh, a micro stripe. That'll be fun.
I think it's a micro stripe. It is it's Vesper sock, but by Knitterly Things. Classic sock. It's called Bubble Tea.
Oh, fun.
Each skein is hand dyed. Every colorway is unique. It's her classic sock, her 80/20. That's all it says. It doesn't even say, but it is a stripe yarn.
Okay.
That's all I know. So here is the label, Vesper sock, as it falls to the ground. Bubble tea. So that's her thing. And then, so I've got it started, not a lot. Because there's so many colors, I was like, what am I going to do about the heels, toes, and cuffs? Because I didn't want to use all of the yarn. If I can make a pair of shorty socks when I'm done, I'm going to. So what I've done is, these are the 3 colors. I was going to do this one for the cuff, the mauvey pinky purple one for the heel, and then the gray for the toe. But I thought, oh, why don't I stripe it? So I did 5 rows of each. So I haven't even started the yarn. This is just the cuff on the first sock. So that's all I have done. Okay. So, but that's it. And these yarns are different. Like this yellow one is it's called yolk, egg yolk, and it's a hedgehog.
It's so bright.
Yes.
It really is so bright.
It's by Hedgehog.
Yeah.
The purpley one, I think, is one of my minis from one of my advents that I got in the last couple of years. And then the gray, which is the laying wool, which is I showed last week. It's for the doing heels and toes with the thin nylon that goes with it, the thin thread.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that is it. That's what I've done with that.
That'll look really nice when it's...
Yeah. So I thought, my friend, we had dinner at a friend's house, and her mother said, she goes, here, this is from my mom. And it's this yarn. It's called Onover Trophin Durable, Briqueton, durable, which means super durable, but Briqueton. It's a sport weight. It's 100% cotton. And there are 328 yards per 100 grams. And this is how old this yarn is.
Yeah, you can tell by the label and by the way it's skeined.
Yes.
That it just looks like something our mom would have. It's
very, very old.
Yeah.
And I weighed it, and I weighed it all down because I have a whole, it's not just one.
Yeah,
I've got
several skeins.
And it was partially, it had, it's like the back of a child's sweater was knit in it. The front of it had been started, and there was still some on needles. I even got needles with it and all kinds of stuff. So I ripped it all out, wound them all up. And so I have a total of 386 grams, which works out to 1,266 yards.
Yeah.
So I will be able to make something really nice, light, with it being sport weight, and it's a
creamy.
It's a
white.
Cream. It's not really white, but it's what I would call a true cream.
Yeah, it's not. It's got that buttery cream natural, color. But it's definitely cream.
It's a buttery cream.
It's
color.
Got like a
very light
yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to making something out of that eventually. I did get some, like I said, when we were off, I got 2 advent calendars. The one for 2020 I got was from, where's my little ball of what? There it is. Was by, oh crap, I'm just a klutz today. From Graceland Wool. She doesn't dye anymore, at least not for sale. And it is called Winter Magic. Now this is the day 24. This is the skein that I got for my last day, or the 25th. So this is absolutely gorgeous.
So it was a full skein.
It was a full skein. I've made a dress out of it.
Oh.
Yes, a really pretty little dress.
For a girl.
Yes.
Little girl.
Dress or cardigan. One of those. One of the test knits I made with this, and it turned out really, really well. And it's called Winter Magic. Is that what this color is?
It's very pretty.
It is so, so pretty. So I have a lot of the yarns in here. I'm not taking them all out, but there's a little twist. She has like flecked colors. She's got some that were solids. So not all of these are hers, but that's a lot of them. And I want to do a granny stripe blanket with that.
Yes.
So, but I think I'm going to keep it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You can never have enough lap blankets as far as I'm concerned.
No. So, but like, look at this color. Is this not an amazing color? This was one of her colors.
That I love that color combination.
Absolutely love that.
Like it's to me that's like springtime with the greens and then the pinks like new
But then
buds
she also had a brown. Like look at this brown one.
Oh, that's pretty. I love the tonal.
The tonals are just amazing with that.
Yeah.
So and like look at this witchy one that right at the bottom. It's got purple and black and yellow or like orange and green. And I've
Very cool.
Yeah, so she's got lots of absolutely amazing colors. So I didn't keep track of them as day 1, day 2, day 3 for that one. And then I showed you the skein. So that was like that was your day 25.
Yes.
So that was that one. And then last year, 2021, I went with Ginger Snap, and she sent out the 24, and everything is all
still packaged.
I kept it in the packages. I've skeined. I've caked them all up. I've caked every single one of them up. It was actually a gradient, and if you go back into my Instagram, I do show all of them for both of them for both years. I do show all of the colors, and this one was definitely a gradient. It started with pinks and it ended with a red. And then here was, I asked for a sock blank because they do amazing, her and her husband do amazing sock blanks. And this is the sock blank that I got.
So gorgeous.
So.
Those colors.
I know. They're just absolutely stunning. I absolutely love them. And I like knitting from sock blanks. They're so much fun because it's like, how's it going to turn out? How's it going to turn? It's like a surprise every time you're knitting with it. So that is one of the things that I wanted to do, and I got that.
Do you have ideas for this one?
None whatsoever. Probably socks with the sock blank because I think that it will do justice to a nice pair of vanilla socks.
I agree.
Yes. So it's called Sugar Plum Surprise is what she called this colorway.
That's a great name for it.
It is a very great name, and it's 420 yards for 110 grams, and it's just your 80/20.
Yeah.
Merino nylon.
I think it would look great as socks.
I think it would too. I think it would look really amazing, or with a subtle pattern in it.
Yeah.
You know, just to add some interest.
Yeah.
But like, so here is, that's day 4. Let me see, day 1. Here's day 1. This is what it started with. Oh, a purple. So that was like day 1. I won't go through them all. What's this one? Day 5. Is a soft baby pink, like ballerina pink almost.
Yes, it is.
And but if you look, it's got little slight speckles of like a darker
yellow
pink
and a darker pink
and yellow. So
that's such a cool.
I know she does an excellent job of that. And then if I go to the next beginning of the row, this is number 9, I think. Look at this one.
Oh,
purples and blues.
Love that.
I know.
That makes me think of jeans.
Yes.
Although jeans are purple, but I just think of blue jeans, all the different shades of blue. And blue
yes. And here's like number 13. Like, look at that.
Oh, so
and look
pretty.
At the speckles in there.
And the speckles are so nice. Again, it's like the blues, the darker blues.
Yes,
in there.
more of like a teal green sort of thing. So that's that one. And then, what was number that one? 13.
Let's see the very last one.
Look at this one. There's number 17.
Ooh. Gorgeous. Wow, that's just so
pretty. I know. She did absolutely amazing work. She's Canadian. She does have, I thought, I'm going to...
There's 24 there.
There's 24. Here's the last one.
Oh my gosh, what a gorgeous red.
Yeah. So they all tie in together because there's like 23. Like, look at that one. Like a candy cane.
Like a candy cane.
And then they have, like, it just, the way the gradient, she did such a great job. Everything you can see how the one picks up the colors from the next sort of thing. Yeah. Like, look at this one. Even though it's brown, it's got the speckles of the
reds.
The reds in it. So.
And it's got the creamy, like in the candy cane.
Yeah. They turned out so nice. Like, look at that one.
Oh, I love that coral and red.
Yeah.
Like a fuchsia red. Gorgeous.
I know, and they all just go so well. But then you wouldn't think that this was the one, but they do. Everything
all
does
goes
when
really
you
well
when
together.
you see it all laid out together. It does go quite well together.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very happy. So that is something for me to work on.
Yeah, and figure out.
But this
you've
is
got you've got an idea.
well.
For
With
the
I've got
first
two
one.
things of minis,
So
so that should get me fairly far on a blanket. I know someone, and what they've been doing is just doing a granny square until like out of the whole color, and that way they can put them all together.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So you could get a couple of good sized blankets because those are 20-gram minis.
Yes.
So you're going to get a good size square. You're not going to get a small. You're going to get a good size square.
Yeah.
Out of that. So like that's an option. I've seen that where they do the granny squares.
Yeah.
A big granny square. Or you can do the granny stripe, or I've seen them and they just start with one and then they do the next in the round, and they literally do the square, but they add the colors as they go
to
out.
make a gigantic square of the colors. Yeah. That's a cool idea too.
Yeah. So, and then I don't think I showed these, but when I went to YarnIt Coburg way back, this was before Christmas. It was last year sometime. I bought these. This is some of the yarn that I bought, and this is called SuperbaTweed, a Rico design. Anyways, it's 4-ply. It's a tweed. This is their like the navy color. They don't really have a color. They have numbers. But I absolutely love it, and I do like that these two go absolutely amazing together.
Fantastic together. It would be nice to make. Now this would be nice to do like contrasts.
Yes.
Somehow. Like
sometimes
I wouldn't want to do a shawl or anything, but
a good hat.
A
nice hat.
Striping it or like chunks. Alternating.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you figure there's, I'm not looking in this, how much? 375 meters per ball. So that's 750 meters.
Yes.
So which is well over 800 yards.
Yeah. If you got a solid,
I could make a t-shirt out of that.
I was just going to say, you can make a top out of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, because it is sock weight and it's tweed, but tweed makes me think of winter, and I need a full length.
Well, that's why I said if you got a solid,
yes,
in some color and used these as a pattern somehow. Yeah. So that's one of the things, and then somebody where Dad lives. Was asking if was thinking of getting a pair of Fagan, what she called Fagan mitts. It's basically their fingerless gloves. Mitts, yeah.
No, fingerless gloves actually. So you need to do each of the fingers part way up. So I had this. I was going to start making a pair in this, but she never followed through.
Yeah.
So with the rest of the stuff, so that's fine. But I really, really like that. I love tweed yarn. I think that there's just something. It has such a characteristic to it.
Yes.
And that one, the neps are really bright.
They
and
are.
They stand
They
out.
really stand out.
They're
nicely.
not. They don't have a subtle nep. Some of the tweeds are very subtle.
Yeah.
I like it.
But if you're gonna have a tweed,
you want a tweed.
You want a tweed.
Yes. So, basically, that is it, though.
I think that's everything.
I think that's everything. I'm looking at the thing. Yes, that pretty much looks at everything.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of working on stuff.
Yes.
Working on things.
So I think show the little pin.
Yes.
On your way up to the cottage, is that
No, it's at the cottage
at the
where
cottage,
we are. There's a little store.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know the name of the store. But it sells housewares, dishcloths. Some of them are like the hand knit like just the hand knit dishcloths.
Yeah.
But they want like $15 for one. I'm like, no. I can make those ones.
Yeah. I find that sometimes if they sell,
they're
selling a kind of a cottage lifestyle.
Yes, they've got the really cute pillows with the bears on them and loons and geese and fish.
And they probably have wood signs that say
that sort of stuff. They've got the nice, like the really nice throws as well, and they've got like the fun little teapots and mugs and all this. These are for like what I would consider extremely high-end cottages.
Yes, that are nicer than our houses.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've got quite a few of those
I
going
don't
on the
consider
lake.
those to be cottages.
No, they're not.
Those
It's
are
a
your
house.
summer homes.
That's exactly.
Yes.
It's a summer home.
Yeah.
There's a difference between a summer home and a cottage.
Yeah.
A huge difference.
But,
anyways, they do have pins. And I saw this one, and I gave it to Margaret because that Margaret does have a couple things that have your third eye.
So I think that's very cool, like a third eye. I really like that, and it's got like the two
holders
on the back. But that is just really cool. The other thing that I don't know that you noticed this, but it says designed in Canada. But it says your purchase will support education without borders. So
excellent.
When I
didn't know that when I bought it.
I thought you probably wouldn't have noticed, but I just thought that was such a cool idea.
Yes.
Because when I do my editing, it's usually for educational publishers. So
yes.
I'm a great believer in education.
Yeah.
Is the way to defeat ignorance and all that goes along with that.
Yes.
But so anything that supports education, I'm always very happy about. So, I just thought that was really cool. It's a sturdy enamel
it is.
pin.
It's a very sturdy pin. There's the Danica Studio.
Yeah. So that's Canadian.
Yeah. And then mine was the same one, and I got this one for myself, a little alpaca llama. It's just so cute, and it also has the two on it,
which is great. So I can probably add it to all her
others on her
on my fringe supply.
I know. So so that was about it. It's just we'll see how it goes in 2 weeks if we're going to do it again. So I wanted to just give a shout out now to my son's friend started knitting during the pandemic.
Yes,
his name's Tyler. So hey Tyler, how you doing?
That's so cool.
Yes,
but I think that's awesome. It's nice to have a knitting community.
Yeah.
Because
he's like, he shows me all of this stuff when he does his knitting when he works midnights. So my son's like, he's showing me all this stuff. He's like, shouldn't you be doing your job? So, anyways, I just thought, hey Tyler.
So, anyway, thank you so much for joining us again. We love hearing from you, so thank you for that as well. And as Sheila said, if we can, we'll try and do this again in another couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We usually have our knit night every 2 weeks.
Yes.
And that's when we put ourselves together and manage to do something.
So we actually look a lot tidier than we are normally.
Yes. So thank you, and we will see you again soon.
Yeah, will do. Okay. Bye for now.
Bye.